Hello viewers, my name is Canvas and let's start this one with the full race in the Sachsenring. The sprint was alright, I believe. I didn't make so many spots on the start as I usually am. And the AI difficulty was like quite consistent, so I made up a few paces but not too much. And it's raining for the whole weekend apparently. Okay, so P9 after the first section, not too bad. You got to prepare well for this one. Obviously hitting the guy was not the best preparation, but it can be done with just a partial lift and you don't need to brake for that one. This one is getting so much tighter than it starts, at least to me it feels like. And same with this one, it has a very late apex, which I didn't find. So that's P8 at the end of the first lap. Oh, it's 8 laps. That's interesting, although yeah, it's quite short, even in the wet it's like about 90 seconds per lap. So that's about 12 minutes for a race, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, that was an ambitious move, to be honest. I was making up some time on the top 5, but this last turn, still I need to find a better reference point for that. I'm starting to brake where the curve starts on the right, I believe, but that's just not early enough. I'm actually starting to get the hang of this. These long sweeping turns are actually good for me because the direction changes are the most difficult part and there isn't so much of that here. Okay, good momentum down the hill. Cannot overtake yet though. And I braked earlier. And it was fine, I guess. I didn't mean to do that. I'm looking at the corner names on the bottom right, and I was pretty sure that there's one named Coca-Cola here, but I couldn't see it. I've been looking at it for 2 laps now, so I don't think I missed it. Once again, I wasn't even leading, but the AI is getting quicker for sure. Like, I lost some time on this lap, but not that much. That's the halfway mark in the top 10 so far. That's actually a good turn. Maybe there's some potential in this after all. Okay, I'm still keeping the hopes alive. That's 7th place after lap 5. But it's gonna be rough. Especially if I brake like this. It was a bit early and then I lifted, but then I lifted too much. Yeah, I did give him a bit of a head bump, but what was he doing there? See, you can be hit and stay on the bike. It's possible. Okay, it wasn't a very clean move. That's crazy how stable this bike is on wet grass and it's still in one piece. Okay, yeah, it was on the curb, so yeah, that makes sense. That was coming from a long way back. Okay, still in the top 10. Can I at least keep that? It would be nice. I kind of forgot where I am on the track and I went in too hot. It was okay though in the end. Okay, bro's a professional at one-hand riding. That's a lot of fuel all of a sudden. Okay, can I get it on the line, please? Yes, okay. When the line was so close, I didn't even know.
In a few minutes, the top three.
Yeah, that was a relatively good one. I think those might be my first points. I cannot remember actually. Okay, so race-offs are still happening. Yeah, mini bike was the best to me so far. Okay, good start. And this is the check that I preferred out of the two options that I got so far. So it should be fairly easy. Okay, so halfway done. Yeah, they are nowhere once again. No gaps though, which is interesting. At least like we cannot see them, but they are really far away, that's for sure. And still they are very lenient on the track limits. And this bike is like glued to the road. It's so good. I mean, this should be the real start at the beginning of the game, not Moto 3, but this. And it takes the grass as well. So well. Okay, that was an interesting sentence, but yeah, it's so stable everywhere. Okay, Thailand. I believe this one... Actually, have I been here before?
Welcome back, everyone. In a few moments,
I don't even know.
the riders are lined up on the grid.
Wait, this is absolutely not Thailand yet. It's Le Mans. Okay, I haven't done this yet, that's for sure though. But in other games I have, because in Forza Motorsport in the earlier ones this was featured all the time, so I at least know where I'm going. Ooh, okay. Yeah, turn the assists on quickly to the max. Yeah, that didn't help me here though. Okay, taking the long lap on my own wheel, why not? Finally we had some extra straight line speed, that felt good. Okay, that was way too slow on the apex. Okay, yeah, these turns are not my favorite ones yet. I mean, my teammate is second to last though, or like last immediately as I overtake him, but that's a good excuse. I can just blame the bike being slow. And why would I not? So how is this turn 2? Oh boy. Okay, at least there is a fierce fight with my teammate for not being last. Okay, yeah, he was lifting early for a reason. Okay, that's a creative approach, but at least I'm in one piece. Okay, wow, the rear just went away. Yeah, I need more of a rewind. Yeah, even more careful. Irregular overtake. Okay, whatever. I mean, I can just look at this. I look at the sprint races as practice. Especially on a new circuit. feels like I'm doing a wheelie so often. I mean, it has way more power than the previous one, so it would make sense. Okay, that was on the edge. I swear they got slower now. Like usually they're getting faster towards the end of the race, but I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit faster now, but all of a sudden I'm overtaking them left and right, literally. Oh, hello. That would have been such a good line. Okay, yeah, that was too quick on exit. Okay, so points are not... Oh yeah, it's a sprint, it's not top 15, it's only top 9 who gets points. Well, never mind then. This is so difficult though, because they're going from that like fast right turn where they're completely lean to the right, and you have to brake and turn into a slow left. Damn, I almost slapped my teammate. I mean, relatable. I wasn't looking at the screen. That was a mistake. Oh boy. I stopped earlier than I thought. Wow, at least I wanna stay ahead of Oliveira, if nothing else. And do I have the fastest lap? How? Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that was a bit aggressive. It can still work though. Okay, I'm not last. And I'm ahead of my teammate, that's good.
As the riders return. Hello, and these shots coming to us live from the grid. The riders are lined up.
Okay, so starting from last place, it would be nice. At least if you got the option for skipping qualifying and then starting from where you finished in the sprint race. I mean, they do that in so many championships already. Okay, well, is he still on the bike? That's crazy. This is so bad though. Leaning from one side to another there at high speed, that's incredible. I really do not feel that at all. Okay, they avoided a disaster somehow. Actually, that boost helped me, so thank you. And where is Acosta? Because apparently he's like 4 points ahead of me, but I cannot see him. He cannot be that far up the grid though. Okay, from last to last. But so many things happened in between. And it was only lap 1. I was way slower now into turn 1 and it was actually working. Okay, yeah, that hesitance here, that was not the greatest. Then my teammate is ahead of me with 2 places still. I might be able to catch him at some point. I made contact with Chantra so many times now. And I think that was not the last. Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, we must have hit each other at least 10 times at this point. I'm not complaining though, because that's exciting, in a way. And apparently my previous lap was the fastest overall, which I do not even believe, because I hardly gained anything for anyone. Okay, fight with Chantra for the 11th time at least. Oh boy. He's so far away all of a sudden, but he's going to catch me, I'm pretty sure, at some point. The AI is speeding up though, because that... What was it? That 35.8 in the second lap was the fastest lap overall. And now Marquez did a 32.1. So they're getting a lot faster actually. This might be a personal best lap, especially if I don't get into a fight anymore. And then let's see where we are in terms of lap time. Ooh, that's way too wide. I'm gonna have a killer exit though. So I'm 9.2 away from the leader. That gap has certainly grown now. Okay, I did cut that, but it was on the gravel, so I think it's fair. Oh, Chantra. It was so good to see you after a while. Yeah, contact number 15 or something. And I think it's still not the last. Okay, I don't know how, but I caught them by the end. I have 2 laps. Can I make it into the top 15 perhaps? I mean, if I did every turn like these ones, sure. I think now they are like slowing down. Yeah, I'm so much closer to the leader. It's crazy though, that the difficulty is changing so much and that you don't even have the option for a fixed one. I mean, that's just genuinely bad game design. Like, you cannot properly dial the AI in, ever. Yeah, I'm losing time compared to my best lap, but I made up 3 seconds to the leader. Just randomly, like towards the end, that should not happen. Especially because tire wear, I'm pretty sure, is off. So that cannot be it. Yeah, would have been surprised if I kept that on the bike. When it's Acosta, my rival, can I overtake him by any chance? And I feel like they got faster again. Yeah, the gap to the leader went up by 2 seconds. And they're just hitting me out of the way. A lap ago at the same time, I couldn't even like decide where to go to overtake them. And now they are like incredibly fast again. Okay, once again, not last. Barely.
Let's take a look at the final classification. Welcome again. We are back once more to watch the sprint race in the MotoGP class. This race is much shorter and gives all the riders the chance to make a name for themselves. In a few moments, the
So I have some experience here. And it varies a lot. Like some turns, some way faster than them. In others, they are much faster. It's gonna be interesting overall. Also, the Checkhouse logo is so damn similar to the Skrillex logo. I knew it was familiar from somewhere. Okay, braking at the 200-meter board. Yeah, that was about right. Maybe I can do it a bit later. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, fighting for the top 10 still, that's a good sign. Yeah, that was intentionally a bit early so I can slide the rear and turn in earlier, but it was way too early. Wow. Okay. I need one more place to be in the points, but I think the AI is in the speeding up pace, so it's gonna be difficult. Okay, that's a very rough curb. Okay, that was not my fault this time, I swear. Okay, the stuff is slowing down just towards the end. That's good for me, although that was too hot. I'm gonna have a good exit though. No, I didn't have a good exit. Okay, well, top 10, no points, but still, the respect. Yeah, my guy is happy with that apparently. I gotta be in the top 13 with points, so at least I'm on the list without scrolling down.
Good morning, and the cameras take
Is
us
it
to the
wet?
starting grid. Where
Yes, it is. Oh boy.
Bagnaia
Okay, not the best reaction time so far. Many miracles were needed, so everybody's still on their bikes. Crazy oversteer action. Okay, traction control was not turned on to the max, I forgot about that. Yeah, the rears are too hot. I'm not surprised. I will try to be a bit more careful on corner exit from now on. Yeah, the painted surface in the rain is especially bad. around the outside. That was a good one. It's actually getting dry. I guess it's not worth pitting. Or it's just a bike change. You don't need to actually wait for tires. So I don't know. Only 4 laps are remaining still, so it's not completely dry. So I imagine it wouldn't be worth it. I would be interested to see if the AI even does that. Yeah, I mean, everything is getting too hot now, even the front. I have no idea how pit stops work though in this game. Okay, white flag, what does that mean once again? I mean, it has to do something with the weather, because last time we had it, it was dry and then it started raining and that's when they got it, but I have no idea what the hell that means. Somebody fell. Interesting. So it once again says that I have the fastest lap. What I think what that is that whenever I cross the line, it only compares it to the ones that were completed before. So I do a good lap time, or like a lap time at the end of lap 2, it only compares it to the rest of the field's first lap time. So I guess my very mediocre second lap is still better than anyone's like starting lap, understandably, and then it gets like shown as the fastest lap, but actually they were probably much faster. So that kind of explains it, although still their speed changes so much during the race, back and forth. Okay, they are pitting. This is my chance. I can take the win. Some tires are hot, but it's not that bad though, so. Okay, let's see how big my lead will be. Apparently that was an illegal overtake. Okay, so I assume Miller also stayed out. Okay, bro, just go, don't hold me up. Let's work together here. There's someone else behind me. Okay, that was not the best time to look at that. Okay, there are a few of us staying out. Okay, so Miller is holding me up in places, but oh well. Okay, Miller is not an issue anymore. Okay, I gotta be even more careful now that the tires are so hot. Let's see if the brave ones behind me are staying brave or they are getting to the pit. Okay, everyone else now pitted. So now the gap to second place is going to be real with 2 laps to go. I mean, grip is low, but it's not that incredibly dangerous. I'm 9 seconds ahead, that's actually not too promising. I mean, still the ones that pitted later are so much behind that I might gain some places with this strategy after all, even if I don't win. Actually, I might turn traction control lower, because I feel like it's on the exit when it's not letting me accelerate properly. Although changing that during the turns is going to be a bit difficult. The gap doesn't look good though. They went from 9 seconds to 4 in less than a lap, so they will most likely catch me. Okay, traction control down to 3 from 5. I'm not sure if that was a smart decision, but let's see. Yeah, it probably wasn't. But yeah, that was more so the curb. Okay, good. Right, they are 2 seconds behind, 1.5 by the time I said that, so they will be here in no time. Ooh, that was rough. Yeah, braking zones are getting way longer. Okay, so they arrived. Actually, there's a big gap behind him. Yeah, still have 2 seconds to play with. I mean, they will catch me. So I'm pretty sure the podium is not really on the table, but a points finish is certainly possible. There goes my podium. And almost my well-being. But at least the top 5 give that to me. Okay, yeah, I think it's on the table, yeah. Okay, top 5 with staying out, that was good.
In a few minutes,
Okay, where was I? I didn't actually pay attention. Wait. I switched teams, I think. Or something, I don't know. No, still in this one. I guess it's for next season. But no, because in Moto2 there was also, during the season, there was a like contract renewal period. And I did that. Wait, I can just finish the test immediately. And so I took that opportunity there, and the Moto2 season went on, and then I got another contract, a completely different one,
we're back
disconnected
again
from
in
the
a few
previous
moments.
one later, so I don't know what this
Bagnaia
meant, but I just skipped through. Is Marquez really my target? That's optimistic. Okay, major body checks are going on. Nobody fell. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, I did. That was so smooth. So I think they are in their slowing down phase again. I could have murdered so many people by now. Thankfully I didn't, but it wasn't thanks to my abilities. Not like I mean to do this. Ooh, that was rough. Who was that? Damn, it was Pecco. And Di Gian Antonio as well. At the same turn. And almost me. A sprint podium wouldn't be too bad. I like medals, so it would be nice to keep this, but unfortunately I think that inevitable pace increase is coming. That was on the edge. Yeah, all of a sudden I started to like that turn, or that whole sequence, to be honest. The Caffrey is slipping up. Maybe that's not the best word for it, but the gaps are getting bigger. Not behind me though. I mean, to 5th place there is a decent gap. Oh, that was so bad, like I jumped on the curb, wheel got in the air, it automatically shifted up to 6th, way too early. I shifted back and then it wouldn't go to 6th when it was actually time. I lost a lot of time for no reason in the middle of the straight. So shouldn't Marty have number 1 in this season? I'm not sure actually what he was using. Okay, sure. Where did you guys even come from? Okay, this is not what I meant. I get the feeling that they don't like me. Okay, you could say that that was intentional from my side, and you would be right. But that was too early. Okay, I'm safe P4, so the podium is not there, but still, points, even in a sprint.
As the riders do their call.
Okay, where am I? In the standings, top 10 actually, that's great.
Good morning from Gavin. It's been a long weekend, but we finally reached the
Here I'm going to quit though for now. I'm not sure if I will be back with this game VSC, but anyway, let's see you in the next one. But until then,